Given that I'm a One Piece fan, I am used to fake out deaths happening all the time. It is one of the few things I don't necessarily enjoy about the series, even if I understand why Oda does it. Personally, I think he goes to the well too often, but I'm not necessarily against going to the well at all. After all, you can think fake out deaths as a concept for bringing back Sherlock Holmes after he was meant to be killed off. Well, that and angry fans, it's what happened from a Watsonian sense. Anyway, fake out deaths are a tool, and I'm all about expanding my toolkit. So, I've given myself this challenge for this video. Can I figure out how to use fake out deaths well in a story? And can I figure out when it should be used at all? To answer this question, I naturally must start with understanding what fake out deaths are. Which brings us to this definition. A fake-out death is a narrative event that simulates the subtraction of agency without actually delivering permanence or transformation. If true death equals permanence and consequence, and transitional death equals transformation, then fake-out death equals simulation of loss minus consequence minus transformation. Now, from here, I felt it best to tackle the core trade-off of fake-out deaths, because every time you use one, you're playing with the audience's trust. I've broken the problem down into 4. First, trust erosion. Every fake-out death spins from your audience's trust vein. When they realize consequence was an illusion, they start assuming every future death will be too. The emotional stakes vanish. The audience starts to think they won't really kill anyone. Second, emotional devaluation. Fake out borrows emotion without paying it back. You ask your audience to mourn, to feel loss. Then you take it away. Instead of catharsis, what they feel is manipulation. Third, narrative stagnation. If nothing truly changes after the fake out death, the story just freezes. Character growth stalls, pacing collapses, and now you're retrofitting plot logic to justify the trick. And finally, thematic confusion. Death carries symbolic weight. Undoing it can muddle what your story actually believes about consequence, sacrifice, or fate. Unless illusion itself is your theme, you've just contradicted your own philosophy. Put together, all this forms what I call fake out fails. Every time you fake a death without transformation, you spend a little of your story's credibility capital. You can even write it as a formula. Fake out death equals temporary emotion divided by consequence times repetition equals trust decay. So, with all that in mind, why do it at all? What's the point of a fake out death if it risks so much? Well, because sometimes deception serves truth. A fake out death can work if the lie reveals something real. It's not about tricking the audience. It's about using the illusion of death to uncover meaning that cannot exist otherwise. When that happens, you get what I call a fake out win. The four atomic reasons a fake out death can actually strengthen a story. First, recontextualization. The death changes how the audience understands the story. When the truth comes out, the entire narrative looks different in hindsight. Sherlock Holmes at Rockenback, I think that's how it's pronounced, whatever, is the perfect example. His death reframes him as legend, not man. Second, character revelation. A fake out can become a psychological mirror. How the survivor mourns, how the liar justifies the ruse. Those reactions reveal identity under pressure. Nick Fury's stage death shows both his paranoia and who in S.H.I.E.L.D. truly trust him. Third, functional consequence. Even though the death wasn't real, it still changes the story's state. Relationships, tones, plans. Something shifts permanently. Bruce Wayne's fake death in The Dark Knight Rises ends his legend and frees him from the spiral of vengeance. And fourth, thematic harmony. A fake out death should reinforce the story's central ideas: illusion, rebirth, deception, the cost of perception. My mind goes to prestige with this, without me going into detail. If you want to boil that down to a formula, it's simple. Fake out success equals recontextualization plus revelation plus consequence plus thematic harmony. Each strong fake out leaves at least one of those behind, though the best leave two or more. And ultimately, that's the difference between a bad fake out and a good one. It's about what the deception leaves behind. A bad fake out consumes emotion and gives nothing back. Energy flows inward towards the trick itself. Shock, gasp, reset. A good fake out releases energy outward into the story. New insight, altered relationships, thematic reinforcement. Bad fake out deaths exist for the audience reaction. Once the reveal hits, the scene's reason for existing evaporates. Good fake out deaths exist for the story's architecture. The reveal rewires character motives, plot logic, or theme. Bad fake out death erases consequence. Nothing learned, nothing lost. Good fake out leaves residue, guilt, legend, mistrust, strategic gain. A rule of thumb here is this: a fake out death succeeds when it changes the story's truth. It fails when it only changes the audience's mood. So, when should you use it? I have 6 scenarios for when you should use a fake out death. 1. To advance strategy. Plot-driven deception. When survival requires concealment, a fake out death is a tactical move inside the story world. It allows infiltration, misdirection, or a power reset. It works best when both reader and character discover the ruse together. For example, in Persona 5, the crew fakes the protagonist's death so they can learn who the mastermind behind the conspiracy is, as well as escape the situation they're in. 2. To expose your emotional truth, character-driven revelation. The fake out isn't about the person who dies, it's about everyone else. Their reaction reveals loyalty, guilt, or dependence. The return becomes a mirror showing who has changed and who hasn't. The example I want to use: Kiryu's fake death lands because it weaponizes absence, this being in Like a Dragon. The story posits his direct influence so the audience can see him reflected through those he shaped. His life links across infinite wealth show how Kiryu is remembered by others and how losing him impacted them. It's not about him being alive, it's about revealing the full reach of his legacy while others believe he's gone. 3. To reframe perception. Audience-driven twist. A fake out can rewire how viewers understand earlier scenes. The reveal should add information, new timelines, motives, or moral ambiguity. If the audience can rewatch or see new logic, the trick was worth it. Again, we go back to Sherlock Holmes and how his death reframes his brilliance and scale of his planning. 4. The strengthened theme. Concept-driven echo. When the story's theme revolves around illusion, identity, or rebirth, the fake-out death becomes symbolic. The lie itself embodies the theme. In this case, I want to point to Metal Gear Solid, with Gray Fox presumed death and later return as a cyborg ninja. This embodies the series' obsession with identity, consequences, and dehumanization. He is the living embodiment of everything Kojima tries to say about war's erasure of humanity. 5. The prime emotional stakes. Set up for a true death. A fake-out death early on can train readers to feel loss, so the real one devastates later. It's rehearsal grief. You test how characters and audience process mortality. In JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Adol's first death serves as a jolt, shocking both the team and the audience into recognizing that this journey actually has stakes. When he later reappears alive, the relief is genuine. The fake-out restores hope and camaraderie. But that setup makes his second, true death against Vanilla Ice far more devastating. The first incident taught audience to believe in miracles, so when the second one sticks, it hits harder precisely because they were emotionally conditioned to expect another comeback. In short, the fake death wasn't wasted, it engineered vulnerability. And 6. To mythologize a character, legacy or legend building. Faking a death can turn someone into a symbol larger than life. The character transcends mortality through story rather than resurrection. We could use the example of Bruce Wayne's stage death in The Dark Knight Rises to end the myth of Batman and free the man, or we can even use the example at the end of the Arkham series and how Batman, or more precisely Bruce Wayne, fakes his death, theoretically, and then there's a new Batman who's even more terrifying and seems to have transcended the man himself to become a greater Batman. Hopefully these 6 scenarios have got you thinking about what you can be doing with your story if you use this, or maybe reflecting on your own fake-out deaths in the past. If you're doing either, I have one last thing to help you out. A decision flowchart. Use this to decide whether or not you should fake a character's death. Step 1. Purpose check. Does the fake-out serve a clear story purpose, strategy, revelation, or theme? Yes? Step 2. No? Don't fake it. You're only buying cheap shock. Step 2. Consequence check. After the reveal, does something remain changed? Relationships, worldview, tone, plot direction. Yes? Step 3. No? Don't fake it. You've earned consequence. Step 3. Perception check. Does the deception change how the audience or characters see the truth of the story? Yes? Step 4. No? Don't fake it. You've only delayed emotion, not transformed it. Step 4. Thematic check. Does the fake out align with the story's themes? Illusion, identity, rebirth, manipulation, sacrifice, etc. Yes? Green light. Use the fake out. No? Red light. It'll feel dishonest. If you've answered yes to 3 or more, it's an earned fake out deck. Recontextualizing or thematic. If you answered yes to 1 or 2, it's functional but shallow, only tension based. If you answered no to most, it's cheap manipulation. Oda. Remember, a fake out death only works if the lie tells a deeper truth. And now, having said all that, I am satisfied with this. I think I made my challenge, but what do you think? Have I made something worth investing in? If you think so, press the like button. But if you think I'm great at analyzing and want to see what I'm like when I'm creating stories, check out my other channel, Storymark Studios. Link on the screen.